happy they won too, but are you gonna wear that the whole video?
I wasn't gonna, but now I am.
Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great
Finger flick.
You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills.
With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR.
Victory puppies, Iggy! Look at this. He doesn't care that they're blue or they're green or that I'm dressed up wearing a bunch of random crap that I would never otherwise wear. He doesn't care. All he cares about is the passion and treats. I threw 2 at once that time. I don't know why I did. I'm sorry. And you can't find either of them? You tricked me. You ate both of them.
You gotta stretch when you gotta do something you haven't done in a while.
Yes! St. Pat's win! 6-2 over the Calgary Flames. Maybe the Leafs' most needed win all season until the next one, because it's that time of year. By the way, the St. Pat's stuff. Everyone loves it. All the green, everyone loves. Calling him the St. Pat's and Carlton walking around wearing all sorts of stuff on his head. Everyone loves that. It even says the St. Pat's on the ticker thing. We love that. But I will not rest until they make the jersey green! Steve, what are you talking about? It is green. It is a white jersey with green on it. And a green logo that looks very nice, and I enjoy it. By the way, every time I wear this, I get covered in green glitter. Look at that. Here, let's just, yeah, for full effect.
Oh, it's on to that was stupid.
Well, that's basically tattooed into the skin now. Anyway, all I'm saying is the St. Pat's jerseys are very nice. Make them green. I drink a lot of coffee and I'm irresponsible. I can't wear a white jersey. I mean, I suppose I could. I can't wear it confidently. I like mustard too much.
Just not on a cupcake. Never again on a cupcake.
Oh, what a fun day. We had a blast today. If you head on over to the SDPN YouTube channel, or if you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, you'll know that we recorded today's Steve Dangle podcast from Scotiabank Arena for the first time ever. You're also going to notice that there's audio issues for the first few minutes, but don't worry, they go away. Shut up! As my in-laws would say, wished. I say in-laws like it's both of them. It's just my mother-in-law. Understandably, but like... Anyway, we did that. That's up already. On Wednesday, we're going to have an interview with John Forsland, who called this game on Amazon Prime. Gosh, he's a lot of fun. Gosh, I was flustered. So if you want to see me turn into an anxious little boy around John Forsland, you should wait for that on Wednesday. All right. Wow. Okay. We know what happened. Like, we know what happened before this game. The Leafs played some very not great hockey, even in the games where they won. They come home, finally, lose to Florida. Uh-oh. They're still at home, finally, and they lose to Ottawa. Uh-oh. So now here's what you got. You got the St. Pat's game against the Flames on Monday. Whether you win or lose, well, what's on the horizon? Okay, so this is a 4-game homestand, and the Flames game is the 3rd. Wednesday, you get to play Colorado again, and it's the first half of a back-to-back. Then you fly to New York and play the Rangers in New York on the second half of the back-to-back. Then have a day off, which you will use to fly to Nashville to play the Predators. 2 days off, you return home to play Philly, and you will get to enjoy sleeping in your own bed for like 45 minutes before you head out on the California road trip to play the Sharks, Kings, and Ducks 3 games in 4 nights. So you get this Flames game, you get a day off, and then you get 7 games in 11 days, featuring at least 5 flights. Steve, they're professional athletes, it shouldn't matter. Okay, well, if you listen to them, they say that it matters a lot, so I'm worried. So this game means a lot. But first, start the year off right with HelloFresh, your go-to for cozy homemade meals that are quick, easy, and budget-friendly, with seasonal ingredients delivered right to your door. You can enjoy comforting dishes without the hassle or the high cost of dining out. From 20-minute meals to hearty winter favorites, HelloFresh makes cooking at home simple and satisfying. Stay warm with these fresh ingredients that make every meal feel special. Skip the grocery store and plan your weekly meals with just a few clicks. With HelloFresh, everything you need is delivered straight to your door, making it easier than ever to kick off a fresh start to your new year. It's so easy. Check out the crispy shallot top chicken I made at the SDPN offices. It was delicious. I was able to make it with limited resources too. Gravy and mashed potatoes with the delicious chicken, and of course, I had to let the crispy shallots rain down on top of everything. absolutely fantastic. Put it in my face. Get up to 20 meals for free, plus free sides for life and free shipping on your first order at HelloFresh.ca with the code DANGLE. Offer is for new and returning subscribers who have been canceled for more than 270 days. That's 20 plus free meals plus free sides for life at HelloFresh.ca with the code Dangle. Who let bro cook? Am I right? Anyway, Berube got out the blender again. And what's funny is, no, he actually didn't. The entire top 9 is a top 9 that we've seen many times this season. Domi, McMahon, and Robertson reunited. It's the fourth line that is essentially 2 new guys in Steven Lorentz. But I kind of called this on the pod. The Leafs should win this game. It's a good league. There's lots of good teams. Anyone can beat anyone anytime. But if the Leafs are on home ice and they go at Calgary with a balanced attack, 1, 2, 3, 4, dude, Calgary does not score. They are a rookie goaltender and several good players. Turns out you can compete for a playoff spot with that, but the Leafs at home with a beefed up lineup should beat them. Thankfully, that's what happened, and they looked good doing it too. It just didn't quite feel that way after 1. Because what happened? Well, in the first 2 minutes, Max Domi continues to be Maximum Domi. Wait, Drew, can you do that thing where you...
To be Maximum Domi!
Yeah, that. People love that. Max Domi playing center again with a slap shot opens the scoring for the Leafs.
Maximum Domi!
Listen, I've been really critical of Domi. And listen, he hasn't been good. Recently, since the switch to the wing, I think he has been quite good. I see him back in the middle, I'm like, oh. The other day, he had what I would call one of his best, if not his best games of the season on the wing. This game tonight might have been his best game up the middle all season. He's just legitimately played great for a little stretch here, and it's got lost a little bit because the team around him has been kind of bad. And the Leafs are out shooting the Flames. They're out chancing the Flames. The Amazon broadcast said that the Leafs out chanced the Flames 10-1. And how does the first period end? Matthew Nyes with a flub in the offensive zone. Odd man rush the other way. Leafs hold the fort for a moment. And then Rasmus Andersson scores before staring down a fan. Which I gotta give kudos to Tom Wilson, which is not a thing I often do here. Because Andersson does that, like he scores a goal and then he'll stare down an opposing fan. But during a Flames Capitals kerfuffle that happened earlier this season, it looks pretty dumb when you lose. And that's how you know it's great. Because from the moment the puck dropped, I needed the Leafs to win. But after that Rasmus Andersson goal to tie it up, I needed the Flames to lose. Flames fans, you can't even get mad at me. I'm like, how many days removed from calling for Dustin Wolf to win the Calder? And then the team I cheer for is actively ruining that bid. Dude, if you take out games where Wolf has had to play the Leafs this season, he might win the Vezina. But after 1, people were not happy campers online. I saw it. Listen, I thought Matthews was great from the moment the puck dropped. Puck didn't go in. Wool had a very sharp game. He got out-dueled in the first, which, like, did Dustin Wolf out-duel Wool, or did Dustin Wolf's team just get caved in? I guess both things can be true. Anyway, like, that kid's sick. He's the only reason the game was even remotely close after 1. One thing that Craig Berube talked about between the last loss against the Ottawa Senators and this game was the Leafs starting on time. Well, what does Max Domi do in the first period? He scores a goal in the first 2 minutes. Hooray.
Maximum Domi!
What does Mitch Marner do at the beginning of the second period? 9 seconds in, he draws a penalty. From Nazem Kadri. Once a Leaf, always a Leaf, Naz. Now get in the box and help the Leafs. Marner said, Steve, you're in fantasy playoffs, aren't you? I said, yes, Mitch. He goes, power play points are worth more for some reason, right? I said, yes, Mitch. He goes, Willie, here you go. Blam! And Mitch goes, how's that, Steve? I said, thanks, Mitch. William Nylander can't stop, won't stop Leafs with a PPG. And guess what? They take the lead again. They took the lead a minute 47 into the first and a minute 39 into the second. Those are good starts. And they're going to build on that, but oh, Robbie, no. Nick Robertson takes his second penalty of the night. His first one was legitimately funny. He took like the EA Sports penalty, taking a slap shot at the goalie after the whistle. And I'm gonna say, like, unequivocally, that was an accident. And also, to me, it was just a hilarious example of NHL officiating. Because Robertson takes a slap shot after the whistle. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. But the cross-check that Robertson took in response to that, that's fine. Because what Robertson did was bad, so you're allowed to retaliate. But what do refs always say? Come on, you watch Shorzy. I'm gonna call the retaliation every time. Clear as mud. Thanks, Stripes. Anyway, Robertson goes to the box. I don't think he heard the whistle. That was funny. The second one was not funny. An errant stick right after the Leafs take the lead. His stick rides up another stick, clips one of the Flames in the face. You go to the box again. And the Flames score again against a reeling Leafs penalty kill. And oh man, it's Morgan Frost and his dad is Andy Frost and he's yapping at the fans. Look at him, he's just like Rasmus. Oh, this is a disaster. Even though the game's only tied, it feels like a disaster. The game is over. What's that? What the? Could it be? It is! It's Jordan Bean! He's cashing in his offside review contract! They're gonna review it! They're gonna review it! The heist of the century! And they show the replay on TV! And John Forsland and Thomas Hickey are looking at it like, I'm not sure. And I'm at home, obviously biased, and I'm like, I'm not sure. But here's what Calgary Flames fans were not understanding. It's not a goal. No, sorry. Okay, I think you might have misunderstood me. You're looking for conclusive evidence that it's not a goal. And what I'm telling you is the fact that Jordan Bean and Sam Kim, with the Leafs video crew, the fact that they challenged it means it's not a goal. Listen, we know the things that are consistent with the Leafs, and almost all of them are negative. Oh, year in and year out, they do this and this and that. We know. But Jordan Bean back there is absolutely ridiculous. He doesn't miss. Oh, Steve, you're gonna be sorry. You're jinxing it. We always think that, and he keeps getting it right. So, much to the relief of Nick Robertson, excited to stay in the lineup, no goal. Still a 2-1 Leaf lead. And then what happens comically soon after? Max Domi behind the net. You want to see the confidence that he's playing with? This is the path he had to work with behind the Flames net, and he's like, yeah, that works.
Maximum Domi!
Sauces one to Nick Robertson, who buries it, and hilariously it ends up being the game-winning goal. Max Domi with another beautiful assist, his second point of the night, and Robertson with a much-needed goal for the individual and team. And all of a sudden, the game went from tied to a 2-goal lead for the Leafs to busted wide open. Flames, too many men on the ice, and we know that because they shouted it about half a dozen times before they actually called it. It was very audible on the broadcast. They told the Flames they had too many men, and they gave them every opportunity to have less men, and they had too many still. Power play. Leafs are passing it around. It looks all right, but can you shoot the thing? Matthews, he was having a good game. He was. He really was. But we need you to do Matthews things for us to feel a little bit better. Poppy! Popping water bottles! Absolutely rips the thing. Vintage. And it's a 4-1 Leaf lead. Late in the period, Pakal takes a penalty on Holmberg. That's our top sixer. You can't do that. Nyes, who was net front, just sneaks out of the way so Austin can rip this thing. Ah! His 26th of the season, and this was a get-right game for a lot of people. I mean, the team, the entire team, but Austin needed this game. The dude didn't even play 17 minutes, but he had 2 goals and an assist for 3 points. 5 shots, 3 blocks, and a hit. Even his faceoff percentage was 76.5. And a +1, which is actually impressive because he got points on 3 different power play goals, scoring 2 of them, and those don't even count towards plus-minus. Austin and the Leafs head into second intermission with a 5-1 lead, and beginning of the third, Dustin Wolf, who honest to goodness might have been the best Flame through 40, is pulled for Dan Vladar. Does it work? Well, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in the Leafs' third period. I really am. Less than 2 minutes to score in the first, less than 2 minutes to score in the second. Guess what? 3 minutes and 3 seconds into the third, they score. You think that's good enough? You get some looking in the mirror to do. No, they were great. Bobby McMahon, who has been just dogged and snake bitten by everything. I think he jumped into a snake pit about a month ago. Scores. His first since Christmas. That's not even a true stat. It just feels like it. And the Leafs have a 6-1 lead. Get a load of this. Bobby McMahon +2 in 13 minutes and 31 seconds. Nick Robertson +2 in 12 minutes and 27 seconds. Max Domi +3 in just 12 minutes and 14 seconds. 19 shifts.
Maximum Domi.
1 shot on goal. It went in. 80% in the faceoff dot. Dude, that line was awesome. And that's important and a bonus because it was basically the Leafs' fourth line. It was listed as the third, but Lorentz played 12:38. Lawton played 14:50 and Yarncroke played 14:15. Part of that was probably a product of like the game was far and away from the Calgary Flames very fast, and the Leafs have a lot of hockey and they're trying to rest guys. One single solitary forward played more than 17 minutes, and it was Matthew Nyes with somehow 19:52. How'd he pull that off? The Leafs won this game the way they had to, by overwhelming. The Flames, bless them for the season they've had. They might even make the playoffs. They got some good players up front. They got some good players on the back end, and they got an unbelievable rookie goalie. But for the most part, they do not score goals, which you need to win hockey games, and they do not have the talent to compete with a Leaf team that is running a center group of Matthews, Tavares, Domi, Lawton. And they didn't. The Leafs ran them over, which they should have. Confidence is a big thing in this sport, and the Leafs had none heading into this game. But if you believe Craig Berube, and after this game I do, he said they were mad. Believe you. Now the Flames did get one more goal and it bounced off Lawton. And if there was any Leaf who's maybe not feeling the greatest after that game, I guess it'd be him because of that. And like he probably wants to score a goal and didn't. Well, if you want to be mean, he did. Dude, you contributed. He had a block, 3 hits, 77% in the faceoff dot. The Leafs killed the Flames in that regard. Their centers were 80%, 77, 76.5, and 60. Nobody said you had to be Alex Ovechkin every single game. You just need to be on the winning team. And tonight, Lawton and anyone wearing a St. Pat's jersey was. Questions. This person was in an LFR 2 years ago where they said, I was at this game. I haven't seen the Leafs win in person in 3 years. I haven't seen them win in regulation in person in 9 years. Am I a curse? They just wanted to update and say, so ever since my last LFR showing almost 2 years ago, I have been to 5 games in person, including tonight. They have won all 5 games. Am I a blessing? Yes, unequivocally, easily. Wait, what did I say last time? Do you wish they'd wear the Pats jerseys more often? I kind of wish every team with a good jersey that is like an alternate would wear them more often. But does that potentially water it down and make it less special? Like, all right, you wear it for the St. Pat's game, for sure. When else do you wear it? Like against an original 6 opponent, like the Habs, who were actually around when the Leafs were the St. Pat's. Maybe that makes sense. Wait, were they around or was it the Maroons? I don't know, man. But like the Red Wings, for example, they got the crazy wings on their helmet that they used at the outdoor game. They've used it in indoor games on account of they slap. Next year, I promise. Make it a primary green jersey. I will buy it. I will buy the hat. Which is primary green, by the way. And I will buy, just please, for me, please. I want it so bad. Is Domi fixed? Look, a bunch of Leafs this season have either missed time due to injury or played through injury. And Max Domi is one of those guys who has done both. Him and Matthews. Like, no wonder the Leafs have struggled, especially up the middle. Domi, who, it's depending on who you ask, maybe shouldn't even be up the middle anyway. And then Matthews has had the season that Matthews has had, right? There's a confidence to Domi's game over the past couple weeks, I'd say, and confidence gives you purpose. There were so many nights that you could point to earlier this season where Domi is out there guessing. And his line mates, to be fair. And like every guy on that line was a guy who could have used a pretty good game. McMahon needs a goal like he needs oxygen. Robertson is trying to stay in the lineup. And it was the team's most successful line 5-on-5. They all deserve huge kudos. Max, chief among them.
Maximum Domi.
Is bro still fuming? Look at me. I'm wearing a green chain and whatever this Dollarama hat is, bro is no longer fuming. Bro is feeling good. Bro is happy that his team won. Bro got a little heated because they were losing. That made bro mad, but bro's team won, and bro hopes that they take at least 2 out of the next 3. Maybe even 3 out of the next 3. That would make bro very happy. When did everyone start using bro in that fashion? I don't like it. Bro doesn't know how to use bro. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Everything is okay. Except I want a primary green jersey next year. Please, please, please. It's all I want in, I think, the world. Ha ha!